This is the Morning Drive with me, Tim Elliott, and we're talking AI-powered photography, image creation, videography. Next, AI Frame is a fast-growing tech startup focused on using artificial intelligence to simplify and scale video, imagery, and photography creation for businesses and creators. I think I'm getting this right. I'll check in a moment with our guest. The company's building tools that help turn ideas into polished visual content quickly, in minutes, without big production crews. That's the idea. Co-founder leading operations and vision as they try to take AI Frame from startup to scale up. One of them is with me, Ben Nyberg. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Good to have you here. So for somebody hearing about AI Frame for the first time, let's just get our heads around the problem that you're trying to solve, and who are you building it for?
So this platform is all about empowering business owners and enterprises to completely shift their current way of creating visuals into the new era, basically. Mm-hmm. So AI is an incredible new technology. There are many tools out there, many ways of using it. And we try to offer a solution where we have a hybrid approach, meaning we use AI as the base, so basically skipping traditional photo shoot and video production, but still involve human experts. So we go over every image, we go over every video we make, and we still do manual editing, manual photoshopping, ensuring a safe, a consistent result, basically.
Okay, so if I want to do, I don't know, I have a product. I've made a new coffee filter. First thing that came to mind. Cool. I should have done better, but say I've done that. And I want to do a shoot for that, and I want to create some video of this filter being used, and I want to make sure that I'm, promoting it in the right way with the right imagery. This is the kind of thing that you could offer.
Absolutely. So a lot of the first early traction we got was a lot with fashion companies. So they do pack shots, and then they start an entire production with models, studios, a creative team. But basically they can skip this process completely now. They just need the pack shots, even with their phone. You can just take any picture with your phone of any product, and then it can be turned into any commercial or set of imagery you might need for your advertising, social media, you name it.
And that could be like an Instagram reel, that could
Anything.
be
Yes.
an image in some way, that
Exactly.
could be an edited, adapted image,
Yes.
an AI-based image.
Your entire visual need, basically. It's basically a new workflow.
Okay, so how did you get into this? What's your background?
My background is actually video production, so I owned a film studio in Antwerp for 5 years, and I did the entire traditional production part. So I have an understanding of how that all worked from a technical standpoint. And then at one point, I was traveling with my girlfriend, and she was always talking about wanting to start a fashion web shop selling fashion designer bags and stuff. And I came up with it was around the time that the first image generation models came around. So I was very interested in all those models, and I started playing around with them. And then during that conversation we had about how are we going to create visuals for the web shop, the fashion web shop, I thought, let's try to use these models. And that's where the journey basically started out. Like I noticed where their limits were. So I worked with some Photoshoppers I knew to perfect these images. And that's how AI Frames Frame came to be, basically.
Okay, so you saw an opportunity. When did it hit you that actually this is a bit more than I'm just going to do this for, when did it hit you that you're going to have a business from this?
The tool developed in itself over a couple months, and at some point I thought it would be cool to test, just to put it online. I saw some other tools being promoted online, so I thought, oh, we have this one for ourselves, let's put it online, let's put a name on it. I put it online, and then in the first weeks, there were like 50 daily signups happening. Like we were getting contacted by all kinds of companies that told us, we tried every tool, it doesn't do what we want, but we still want to try and make it work. We saw you have a hybrid solution, and that's how the ball got rolling.
Okay, and then you decided to
go all in on this.
All in and set up here in the UAE.
Yes, so I was planning already for a long time to move away from Belgium and go to any city like London, New York, Dubai. So I researched them all, and then I ended up choosing Dubai.
Okay, and how's that been so far? I'm interested in that because
It's very cool. It's been an amazing journey.
Right.
Dubai is a place full of opportunity. People from all over the world. They're very supportive. New technologies. Of course, Dubai is a big retail hub as well. So I just felt this was a great place, and it turned out I was right. So
Okay. So look, video and AI and imagery and AI, it's a crowded space at the moment. There are lots of people, I guess, trying to do what you do in maybe in different ways. But what makes you? What do you think makes you different from what's already out there?
as I've mentioned, we have a hybrid approach. And as far as we see, there are no startups doing this hybrid approach. It's or you go full AI and we have this tool for you, and if it doesn't work out for you, then that's unfortunate. That's also a lot what we hear from customers that come to us. And on the other side, you have still the traditional way. So we are basically the bridge between those two worlds, and that works great for companies. And that's also our unique selling point.
All right, so you have this approach that you kind of got a foot in both camps, haven't you? In that you're a hybrid approach. How are you funding the venture? Have you talked to angel investors? Are you in for venture capital? Are you looking at government grants, incubators? How's it working now?
So we we started this all on our own, just our own capital, our own time.
It was just you doing your thing?
Just me and my girlfriend, actually. We just started doing this together, and we made a lot of iterations. Every time we had more clients, more capital, we just improved the tool. And until today, that's still the case. We have been approached by investors, but we're just trying to keep it off until we've grown to a point where we feel comfortable in letting investors in and really scale the business. But for now, this approach is working great for us.
Okay, so it's 100% you.
Yes.
The two of you at the moment.
We have now an entire team as well, salespeople and helping with production and stuff. But we are with the two of us at the helm. Yes.
Okay, so a couple of investor type questions, if you don't mind.
Okay, cool.
How is user traction so far? Are you seeing real proprietary value with AI Frame beyond, just foundational models?
So you mean customers coming back to us or Yeah, for sure. Once people try our workflow, they basically say goodbye to their traditional ways, and they just go full on this because it saves them a lot of time, it saves them a lot of money, stress. It's just a new way, and we see once people get it, they never want to go back.
What kinds of people are using it? What kinds of businesses?
It's crazy. It's anything.
Is it creative?
Even services. It goes from the typical product companies to fashion companies, e-commerce brands, even marketing agencies a lot of times. Let's see, some services as well. Like there are even services, for example, that have difficulty making content around themselves, like let's say a taxi company. They want to be active on social media, but it's difficult to organize a photo shoot with their cars, and then they turn to something like AI Frame and they get it done.
Okay, so it's on your phone. It's an app, right?
It's currently a web application. It's for desktop.
It's for desktop
Yes.
at the moment. Okay,
Yes.
So how does it work if I'm a taxi company and I want to go out with phones or cameras? How would I do a shoot to promote my
Yeah, so that's a
taxi
great thing.
company?
You don't actually need to do a shoot. You just sign up to aiframe.app. You have your own profile. Maybe you take a picture of one of your cars. Let's say you're the taxi service, and then you upload it into the AI Frame. You can create a base idea yourself inside of AI Frame, and then turn it off to our expert team, and then we fix all the typical AI mistakes. If there is like a mistake in some words, AI makes these, they call it AI slop mistakes, where you obviously see it's AI. So that's where our team comes in and fixes all these things, to keep your image professional. Or you can just tell us like, I have no idea what I want, but I want my social media to be active. And then we say, okay, just fill in this form, submit it, and then we take care of the entire creative process as well as the refinement of the AI imagery.
Okay, how have you been received by traditional I don't know, advertising agencies, design studios. What are people saying to you?
It's a mix. Some are very excited and welcoming and curious. And we did a workshop, and there are people genuinely in that space that want to learn to work with these tools and collaborate with us.
Is it something they can apply in their kind of day-to-day, I guess?
Yes, exactly. But some see it as a threat, and they don't want to, I think, accept the reality that it's the same thing that's happening when the internet first launched. There are a lot of companies back in the day that just didn't want to accept that there is a new way or that this would be a possibility. So I think for them, once there are already some Amazon types establishing themselves in this space, then they were like, I will not use a curse word, but they were like, damn.
Try not to, Ben.
And I think the same thing is happening now with AI. We even got some comments sometimes on our social media like, this is never gonna work. You can't do this. Where is the human art in it? And I get it, but from a practical standpoint, for businesses, of course, they need the efficiency, they need the cost reduction. So,
what do you say to people that say that your AI is apparently going to take all our jobs away? I guess there's going to be creation of lots of us, ruling AI. Hopefully, that's the way it's going to go. A little bit down the road.
Yeah, let's pray for that.
Let's fingers crossed. But what do you say to people that say, look, you've taken the human element away, you're taking the soul out of this? How do you feel about that? And what's your answer?
My answer is there is still human creativity and input needed to create, let's say in our case, great imagery. And when you post a campaign online or an ad online as a company, there are different levels of how a campaign is received, right? There is still strategy, there is still execution, and there are all still humans involved in that process. So I think it's a tool, it's an opportunity, and sure, you don't need to get out there anymore, know everything about the cameras, the gear, lighting. That can all be done now by AI, that's true. But you can still be very precise in how it looks, what the end result is. And I think, it's just a great opportunity for everyone in this space.
Okay. I guess as well, it's down to the individual. If you want to use it, you can use it. You're not forcing anybody to use it. One of the things about AI is, I think, and I think this is true of a lot of people, is it's kind of intimidating in a lot of ways now because, we view it as being, is it smarter than us? And we don't like that.
And the speed of it's taking over in every area.
More than, much more than, the internet kind of took over, I kind of feel. How do you make technology like this approachable, easy to use? How do you get that kind of buy-in, the acceptance?
I think what we did is we invested a lot of time in making our tool very easy to use. So I think you have so many tools out there, and they lean more towards the technical side. Like you need to know a lot of technical aspects in the way of which models to use, the settings to get to a good prompt, to get to a good result. We just created a drag and drop, easy to use system. We even have a tool called a prompt builder, where you just give your bad written, blurred out idea, and then we structure it and include all the professional terms for you. So we really put a lot of time in making our tool as easy as possible to use. I think that's one of the ways it's accessible for everyone.
Okay. So simple is best, by the sound of things. From an operations standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, what's, you're an AI startup really, aren't you? What's been the biggest challenge so far?
The biggest challenge, I don't know. I
mean, if there hasn't been one, just say there hasn't been.
I just think building a startup,
because you're in this is like a frontier. This is a new world, isn't it? You kind of can go. I always think with AI, well, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming technologically. We move at a pace that we're not used to as humans. So we're playing catch up.
That's also where the opportunity lies for us, of course.
For sure.
I think just in general, building a startup is always a challenge because there are so many things going on at the same time. Sometimes you pick a wrong path, you learn you need to go to a separate path, but I think even starting up a bakery would have the same challenges in the beginning. So I just think in general, building a startup and all the chaos that comes with it has been the biggest challenge.
Getting order from chaos. What about the ethics and the accuracy? And one of the things about AI, I think, is trust, AI-generated content in particular, because there is certainly an element of mistrust at the moment. How are you overcoming, that thinking?
So I think mistrust. If someone doesn't want to use AI, then they don't use AI. I think that's an obvious one. But for us, we obviously have a human involved. So that means there are no unethical pictures or unethical images that would ever be approved through our system.
It's ethics more of the way people feel, I suppose. I'm not trying to suggest that you're not doing anything ethically. That's maybe that wasn't phrased particularly fairly, but it's just that feeling of is this the right way to portray myself? Is this the right method with which to portray myself?
I think in general, in the marketing space, it's the same rules apply to AI. I think AI imagery is do not present your product in a way that's not accurate. We as a company also are not going to do that. And yeah, I do think the labels that the social media now automatically put on a post if there is AI involved is a good thing. I think just don't lie that your images are not AI. But I also think it's not a big deal that they are AI if the product is presented accurately.
I'm kind of following your logic there, and maybe my question is a little bit unfair, and I didn't mean it that way. But I guess if your product's good and you believe in your product and you put your product across in the way that you want to be perceived or seen, I'm answering my own question. There's nothing wrong with that, really, is there?
No, I don't think
there's truth in that, I suppose, whether it's AI or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What does growth look like for you over the next few years, Ben? I mean, what kinds of new features? Are you moving into new markets, new use cases? Where are you headed?
Yeah, so I can't say everything we're working on right now.
Okay.
Because I don't want people to know before it's launched. But we are working on very exciting things, and I think the digital workflow is just going to keep expanding and going to keep being more in real time. So I really want to say what we're building right now, but I really can't. But I would say check it out in a few months. But there are some very exciting things coming that I think will really have an impact on how people operate their social media visual generation. Just so to answer your question, it's going to be more refined in that direction and even more helpful for people.
Okay. If there's a small business owner listening to this or maybe watching this at the moment, or somebody in marketing right now, what's the first thing that comes to your mind as to how AI Frame could help them immediately? Click of a finger.
Reduce cost.
Right.
Improve your visuals, and therefore people perceive your business in a better way. Startups or smaller businesses don't have necessarily the means to hire a professional photographer, a studio, build a set, hire models. All of this can now be done with AI at a fraction of the cost and the speed. So that's the most immediate effect AI Frame can have on their business.
And final thoughts. You're in the industry. You're in at the sharp end, I think. If you were to sort of move back, zoom out for a moment, where do you see AI and image creation, image manipulation, if you like, heading in the next few years?
It's going to take over in a big way, I think. That's how I see it in the next even 2-3 years. I think movies will be completely generated in 5 to 10 minutes by AI.
Well, we're already seeing it in music, aren't we? Spotify.
Music is already, you could say, conquered by AI in a way.
Probably.
But I think, video, imagery, systems, it's all just going to be run by AI. In execution, but humans are still going to be needed for input, you could say.
Yeah, okay. So we're still going to be shooting video and then hopefully, or are we?
I think human I think there is a difference between how businesses are going to be run, because business is all about cost, speed, right? It's a different perspective, but I think actually human-made products are going to become a premium, are going to become a delicacy, like caviar. You know what I mean? It's going to be, I think it's just going to be looked at differently.
Okay, so AI is just going to be everywhere, and it's going to be kind of the cheap way of doing things. If we do
The
them,
efficient way of doing things, yeah.
yeah,
It's like the first mass production of a car, that everyone was able to get a car and move around more efficiently. I just think it's going to make everyone's life more efficient.
Okay, and you're going to stay in Dubai and keep following the dream, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I'm going to invite you back in a few months' time when you
Cool.
launch these new features that
Let's
you
do
can't
it.
tell me about.
I will bring my laptop and show you.
Yeah, and show us what's going on, and we'll look in a little bit more detail. But for now, I've enjoyed talking to you. Ben Nyberg is co-founder of AI Frame. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. This is Mirror Business FM. It's the morning drive.